It has been 3 years since the PS5 and Xbox Series X have been launched, and I'm sure you all have the same question I have. Why are there so little current gen games? In this video, I will be looking at the most likely reasons why this is the case. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. The first and most probable reason is that they just want to make as much money as possible. The PS4 has such a huge install base, which means there is still a lot of money to be made there. Big AAA games like Horizon Forbidden West, God of War, and Hogwarts Legacy are some of the recent games that come to mind since most people were expecting those games to be only on the current gen consoles. An even more extreme example would be the recent Jedi Survivor game that is now suddenly getting ported to the PS4 and Xbox One, which is kinda mind-boggling to me because the game still runs horribly on the current gen consoles and PC, so I'm not so sure that they can pull that off. So a lot of people will ask why in the world this is happening right now when this did not really occur in the PS3 and Xbox 360 era. This is due to the PS3 having hardware that was not really similar to current PCs, which is why Sony is dealing with a huge backward compatibility problem. Because of that, they could not make many cross-gen games during the PS4 era, but they could in the PS5 era due to the hardware being very similar between the PS4 and the PS5. But the hardware between the PS3 and the PS4 were not really similar at all, which is why they had tons of problems there. The next reason they are doing this is due to the consoles being released during the pandemic. There were huge shortages that I'm sure all of you remember, which resulted in many of us not being able to get a current gen console. The shortages only stabilized this year, which is why the game studios still want to make previous gen games, as there are just not enough people who have an Xbox Series X and a PS5 right now. So yeah, those were probably the biggest reasons why we are still getting tons of cross-gen games. I understand that companies just want to make as much money as possible, but this is causing many games to suffer as they just can't reach their full potential with the last gen games holding them back. I really hope that we will get more next-gen only games from next year onwards, and that will probably be the case. Starfield and Spider-Man 2 are the biggest games remaining for this year, and they are not cross-gen titles, so it's looking good. Unless they decide to suddenly port it over to the previous gen systems, which I hope they don't do. Anyway, what's your opinion on this topic? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments, and with that being said, this has been 2367 Ruben, signing out.